I'm gonna probably get cut off because my phone has such little memory. I was gonna talk about men, and I was gonna talk about men and the problem with men as I see it. I'm a professional counselor, so I'm allowed to say some things about this topic, and I'm also a guy. And you see the way I'm talking now? That's my humorous, gruff voice. Like, it's funny, but it's also supposedly trying to sound manly. Here's what guys are trapped in. And I was trying to tell it to a guy the other day, but I didn't get the both sides of it. There are two things that keep men from being mentally healthy in terms of what can be gained by social interaction. One is that they don't want to do anything that somebody might think looks gay. And this is especially for hetero men, I think, except for gay men in places where it's a danger to be a gay man, which there are places. The other thing men do is they act tough, and this makes them look dangerous or scary or like they're going to be an asshole to you. It makes them look like tough, potentially. What's the word for people who want to pick a fight? Makes them look like they'll pick a fight in an instant, or they'll respond with punching, and they'll respond with fighting in an instant. Like, because there are some people like that. They're rare. Now, when you're a teenager and younger, it's not as rare because kids don't really have that fear of going to jail and everything like that. They're just kids, right? Unless you're African American, then you are afraid of it, I would think. And this is a trap. It means a guy can't just be who he is. He doesn't think he can. Honestly, though, being a therapist, I got real comfortable with talking to all kinds of people. And they come in, but they go out, with some insights that they've found, or some crying. Like they have to clean up their faces before they leave the office sometimes, because everybody's got all this fear and pain inside them. A lot of fear and pain is just being human. It's just part of being human. It's natural. It's normal. That's fine. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is men can't be certain ways they think. And you could be yourself 50 times. Just do this experiment where it's like you say, hey, man, to like every guy that walks by you in the place you're eating or whatever. And you're going to get a lot of people saying, yeah, hey, man. Or, they'll say something like, oh, hi. They'll smile and they'll be cordial. But every once in a while, someone's going to have a locked jaw and they're going to look at you and they're going to frown and they're going to look straight ahead again. They could have anger inside of them. They could have anxiety and fear inside of them. It's not much different in presentation. And your automatic emotional system is going to react to the anger or anxiety you perceive in the person. And you're going to do all kinds of things. But one of the things you don't want to do is screw up your night or your day or whatever you're doing that day, So we don't. Like for me, it's like I have to move through a solid force to get myself to go knock on a neighbor's door and say, how you doing? You want to hang out sometime? To text them can be hard. But it's like one of the entrees I use. And so consequently, I've learned that I wanted to create groups and things like that, interest groups, like groups of counselors talking about being counselors, groups of counselors talking about methods of counseling and all that stuff. so that we have something to talk around. So that's like making an interest or a hobby group, you know. But I just want to say this thing exists, and it's got me going crazy because there are some people that I've known for a long time that I am terrified to open up to. Just normal buddy talk where you say, yeah, I don't feel so good all the time too. Oh yeah, I have problems at home too. Stuff like that. I do not feel trust for some of these men I've known. Some of them I've known almost my whole life. Look at yourself if you're a man and think if this happens for you. I'm not a woman, so I can't speak to that from first person, but I'm sure women have a similar issue. But women are expected to reach out. So the taboo there is not reaching out. The taboo for men is reaching out, showing you like someone, and not having somebody think that they have to do something to you because homophobia. And so that's all I'm going to say about this right now, because I'm driving, and at the next stoplight, I'm going to stop this transmission.